And welcome back to more Hat in Time. Last time we started the Alpine Skyline, and this time we're gonna do more of the same. Just wanted to show off that when you re-enter, you actually can warp straight to the specific timepiece, like the beginning of that section. So it's sort of like a rudimentary fast travel to the 4 main corners corresponding to where the timepiece missions actually are, so that's pretty cool. We don't need to see this again, so like I said last time, my goal is to go clockwise, regular old clockwise, I think. I clearly have the best memory, but Twilight Belle, that is our next stop, so that was quick and easy to find. Now, Twilight Belle is actually a pretty fun level, but it's also really confusing on the first go. I found it really confusing the first time, but replaying it repeatedly, it actually got pretty easy. Now, will I not have any trouble with this? I cannot guarantee that much, but it shouldn't be too bad. This is actually one of the shortest bells, I would say. It's definitely a little bit shorter than the old windmill, which is comparatively pretty long. Yeah, we're already almost there. That was surprisingly painless, actually. This is actually a long little trek to get here. But yeah, this is actually a pretty cool area. So, the main gimmick is we basically need to use the Dweller's Mask in a variety of creative ways. First we have to ring the bell. And we get warped somewhere else. A bit of a Twilight dimension. Actually just kinda gives me Zelda vibes. I didn't think about it until it's a Twilight realm, and it's like, wait a minute, this is like Twilight Princess, isn't it? With, that one place that I clearly remember the name of. So we have a new gimmick here, which are the red bells, which kind of interfere with the, green bells, which we can interact with, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. And we actually need to use the red to our advantage. So hit this, come over here. Obviously we have to jump that little gap, because otherwise that's not good for anybody if we fell. Coming over here, you can fall through to find another piece of yarn if you still don't have the time stop hat, or if you just need extras for the hat. Again, there are about 38 extra pieces as far as everyone's aware, so that was poor timing on my part. That was unfortunate that he started moving back just as I made that jump. Oh well, it didn't set us back too far. This game is good about checkpoints. Can I just say that this game is really good about checkpoints, and how that is actually, oh shoot, a really undervalued thing. Oh shoot, that was way too close. And now we got 2 of these little suckers to mess with us. But we don't have to use the Dweller's Mask, so I actually find that little section a lot easier for some reason. Got a green path there, but we can't get there quite yet. We need to go forwards a little bit. Deactivate that so we can use the key over here. Ow. I just messed myself up with my own timing. Where are we? This is a weird checkpoint, to put it kind of not in the central area. Yeah, a little bit obscure. So we have to constantly and deactivate it to actually alternate the 2 types of platforms. Also, you want to have the Dweller's Mask. The green bells are not sufficient. As you can see right here where we actually need a little bit of extra distance. So before we go through the door, we need to use this horn in order to open up that, which we will be using at the end of this little expedition. So all we need to do now is go over here, and we're good to go. Second area, the green, we have to basically prop up the gate and then run through. This one we have to like drop the gate effectively, I think. I don't know. That one's a little bit confusing to me. So right here, we need to hit that and then quickly run up here. I should have used the ice hat, not the ice hat, the time stop hat to make it a little bit easier, but still no problem. And then we can run over here and get the key. We need a key, which is over in this room. Which hat am I looking for? There we go. Now we need to actually activate this red bell so we can sort of trick this out where the gate is propped open, but we can still get through. But now we actually have to hit this again, I think, to exit. Pretty clever if you ask me. This is actually where you need to drop the gate. I was just using it in the wrong spot, but problem resolved. Come up here, and I think we're actually at the end already. Actually, no, that's wrong. You have to use just the last one, because again, if you have two green bells intersecting, that area will be invisible. So we actually have to trick this out and only use a certain small bit of area, which is actually cool. And here's the little zip line that we created a little bit earlier. And there you go. That is the Twilight Belle. Not... ooh, shoot. That was almost a disaster right there. But now we just need to use this to fall through, and there you go. That did not take long at all. Honestly, that's probably my... I don't know. I like all of them, and also we're getting more ominous plants. Like, all four little sections I actually do like, just some are more complicated than others, and that one is actually kind of complicated on your first time through, I think. Or maybe that's just me. So like we said last time, I did not mean to do that jump quite that badly, but like we said last time, we're gonna go kind of clockwise, so that means the birdcage. Okay. That was not planned. So the birdcage will probably take 2 parts, because this is actually a little long, to be perfectly honest. If we get through the birdcage in one go, I'll be very surprised, because this is sort of the bane of my existence as far as this game is concerned. Yeah, if there's one area in here where I always, every playthrough get lost, it's actually this one, and I kind of hope that this would be the exception, but I'm not holding my breath that it will be. Also, this one has a little bit more setup. The Twilight Belle is just kind of a straight shot, but for the birdcage we do need to use another horn, which we can actually see coming into the area here. So, just gotta scale all these and bounce off you for the heck of it. Climb up these, the little bird footprints, or talon marks, I guess they would be. Not footprints, because they're not technically feet on a bird. And then there we have it. That's a pretty straight shot. Now, I probably missed collectibles, but I'm not really super concerned about that. Because quite frankly, we've kind of maxed out on what we need for basic completion. So I'm not like super concerned about like combing the area too much. We might do a video where we do actually explore and try to find things, but I haven't actually decided yet, because we should be able to actually get through the base Alpine Skyline pretty fast actually. Possibly by next video, and then there'd be the time rifts, and after that maybe exploration, but I haven't actually decided. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, because again, we don't really need to go out of our way to collect much anymore. So there's just a treasure here. I think this is the right way to go too, just the regular path. Yeah, you don't even need to use the ladder there. But yeah, for the sake of productivity, I'm not really looking around, and to be fair, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface of what's here on my own time. Like in my own file, I feel like I've missed a bunch of collectibles. So yeah, I can't tell you where everything is in this game because I haven't figured it out myself. This is actually a cool little section. You have to use the brewing hat to sort of bring down these little platforms to get across. So now that one's a little bit lower over here, so we can actually get on top of this, then run up all of them to the top. Pretty clever. And this is the path to the birdcage. Now there's stuff over there to the left of this little zip line, which I happen to ignore. I'm mostly focusing on the collectibles in the actual levels themselves at the moment, because it's harder to really come back and get these than the ones on the way to the actual levels. At least that's my logic. Anyway, we have a bit of another platformy stage. It's a pretty difficult one, but it's not that bad. This game is just not that difficult. So yeah, if you're in it for difficulty, this is not the game for you. This is actually a pretty cozy little game, and I have no objections to that. So we have to lure this exploding thing into that to get the first piece of yarn in this area. And that's where my knowledge of this ends, unfortunately. So we can actually go around here to get a collectible. This is a weird little jump here. You have to basically let go of it soon enough that you don't hit the green wall, but not so soon that you fall through. It's actually a pretty clever little puzzle. Yes, the birdcage. Oh, ow. I miscalculated that jump pretty badly. We can actually run up here, I almost forgot. Wrong hat. This hat. Come through here. And this goes to the other side of that one area with the brewing yarn. And this is the other side of the bars. But yeah, I might do a video showing off all the other stuff, because there's some parts that are completely optional. And this is where I always get a little bit lost, to be honest. I get turned around so badly in this area. Wow. Thanks. Thanks, game. These birds are kind of jerks. They'll try to shove you off and stuff, and it's kind of difficult to deal with. So I'm gonna just do that to get him out of the way. Or he'll kick me off the platform, that works too. So yeah, I think some do contact damage and others don't. I think some just shove you off. Which is actually kind of interesting how they have different methods of attack. We'll be doing this pretty much this exact same jump in a little bit, by the way, for something else. So again, I like to do all these first because it makes it so that you actually learn some mechanics about the game before the actual time rifts that basically are sort of like a comprehensive test on the mechanics. Can I not climb this ladder? I could have sworn you could. There we go. It just wasn't working for some reason. And oh, that could have been bad. I'm low on health, and that's a little bit... Okay, I'm really low on health. That's concerning. Oh, that's where we need to go in a moment, but we actually have to go over here first. Oh, shoot. I'm just gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna... just... Yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna throw a potion, but not necessary, so works for me. Swing over here, and that health I could have used like more like 3 minutes ago. And that opens up the path to the hourglass. I keep saying hourglass. This part like 20 something. It's a timepiece. So all we need to do now is ride this to the end and we're good to go. I am amazed we got through this quickly. Because this is not one that usually goes that fast for me. Or I could slide all the way down to the bottom, that works too. So we have to use this giant sleeping bird to bounce up and get the timepiece. Pretty simple. All in all, this is definitely a good level. Just in general, this is a good chapter. And more of those spores are spreading across the land. So that's ominous. So, nothing we can do about that though, so let us, for now, end this part, and next time we will actually be tackling the last little section of Alpine Skyline that we haven't seen yet. And that is over here. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Hat in Time.